Hello everyone, I am probably Superman and welcome to another part of our Dawn of War Soulstorm campaign. Now first off, I am sorry that I couldn't get a part up last week, but I had an awful lot on my plate and really my weekend I was very busy, so I couldn't get an Empire Total War part up at all. There was no chance of me getting an Empire Total War part up, and during the week I had a lot of work that I needed to do and I was occupied for a lot of time, and I just never really had enough free time to record, render, edit, upload a video, so I was unable to. But it does mean a lot to me that you guys have stuck with me, and I've even gained a few subscribers, gained some more views, and that really makes me quite happy. So last part we were defeated by the Imperial Guard at this place, the Jalagander lowlands, and I think now we have to end our turn. Yeah, we will end our turn. I doubt anything will happen, but you never know. So the Eldar are attacking the Necrons, and they've lost. Space Marines win against the Orcs. Tau lose against the Space Marines. Orcs are getting a bit hammered. Sisters of Battle attack. And win. It's quite interesting. And we have our turn again. Well. Okay. And as usual, we have a number of options. We're not going to attack the same place again, because that would be dull, and we'd probably lose. We could attack the Necrons, but their army is there, so I don't fancy that. We could attack the Space Marines. Could attack the Tau. Could attack the Tau again, but their army's there. We could attack Chaos, but that's a strength 7. Or we could attack Chaos. I'm probably going to attack one of these places, one of these Annihilate places, because I quite want a better Honor Guard. It's a choice between this, which is... Will it... Normally a little window comes up. Yeah, Elite Reaver jet bike. Or these. Helion Succubus Coven. I'm probably going to go for the Space Marines. A, because it's a less stronger province. It's a 3 versus a 4. Mainly because the Tower have just attacked there. And B, because I fancy a Hellion squad more than the Reaver jet bike. But first, Honor Guard, who you may recall were slaughtered. Can we sort of resuscitate them? Hello? Hello? Can I resuscitate my Honor Guard, please? Hello? Yep, maybe. Maybe. Go on. 300. Nope. Okay. Worth a shot. Okay. So we're going to attack. My instincts tell me to call that Cerulea. Cerulea sounds a bit weird. And it certainly sounds like the emphasis should be on the E. I mean, like, Cerulia? Nah, definitely not. Cerulea. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you'll think I'm crazy. Deal with it. Cerulea. And the Space Marines. Again. Don't like these Space Marines. Another reason why I'm attacking the Space Marines are seeming a little bit powerful. So, I'm a bit anxious to cull them a bit. Did I not tell it? There we go. Okay. So, skilled combatant, likely consist of basic infantry. The enemy is a single base. But as we know from the Imperial Guard, that is always true. The enemy will always have a lot of basic infantry. I mean, maybe that's just Imperial Guard, but personally, I don't think so. I think that is everyone who always just gets a lot of basic infantry. Although, to be fair, the Space Marines didn't get that many on that moon place that we won. Oh well, it's a simple annihilation. Let's go. Now, as you know, my strategy for the non-annihilation maps, the Taken Hold, the Ancient Gate maps, has generally been desperate and try and hold them for 7 minutes, but don't bother too much about resources. And it's very, very dicey and very, very a bit crazy. Someone commented, I think his name was Thor something. I'm just gonna, yeah, isn't it? Yeah, Thor something. And he said on those maps he just destroys the enemy anyway, instead of focusing on capturing. And I think maybe that might be a good idea, or at very least tone down my desperate gunning for all the critical locations immediately, because it's seeming like not such a great idea, especially on the really big maps where it's hard to time down, and by the time I have, the enemy has a ton of strategic points. So I'll probably give that a try next time. But here we go. Keralea.
I long to shed blood.
Bit of lag, which is really not nice. I don't like this.
Follow me, cur.
Oh, that's bad. Why is it so laggy? I don't understand. I've got a lot of disk space. Ooh, God, the lag is painful. The lag is a fiery barb in my heart. Ooh, God, it's just downright unpleasant. The delay, it's infuriating, and especially because the AI doesn't have these problems. Go to a quiet part of the map. Does it fix it? No, it really doesn't. Just look how slowly this time is going. This is like playing Supreme Commander with massive internet lag. If any of you have ever played that. Supreme Commander with massive internet. It just becomes horrible, because you don't really notice it at first in the early game when you're building up. You don't realise it. Everything just seems to be going a little bit slowly, but then suddenly it hits you that in fact things are really slow. And even though you think, okay, that's cool, I've got a really good builder unit, I could build this power plant in a minute and a half. In fact, it takes like 5 minutes because everything's so slow. I mean, look, we've only just played 30 seconds. It's horrifying. The lag is crippling. I'm struggling to click in the right places. Good God. Oh, it's eye-wateringly grim. I can't get 5 seconds of fluid play. You know what, I'm going to call it a day probably now. Yeah, it's probably not the longest video, but I'm going to call it a day just because I can't play like this. And you probably don't want to watch me play like this. So, you know, thanks for watching. It's good to get another part. Hopefully I can just sort that out somehow. But watching, and goodbye.